Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to your first week of Hatha Yoga. So very exciting that we are now moving into a different style of yoga. Again, this is just allowing you guys to expand your experience with different styles of yoga. So you'll see a lot of similarities from Vinyasa and Ashtanga kind of blend into Hatha. And so it's just a little different than what we've done, but again, a lot of similarities at the same time. So this practice does change, where Ashtanga was the same sequence from start to finish. So you'll see a change in our routine on a weekly basis. Remember to have your equipment out. We're gonna start by sitting on the mat. So join me in the middle of your mats in that crisscross position. So either comfortably here, or if you wanna stack one foot on top, you can do so. So as we settle in, I want you to think about relaxing those shoulder blades down and back. Think about that string on the crown of your head, kind of pulling up. That way it elongates the spine and chest. Having the arms rested on the knees to begin. So we're gonna just close our eyes here and do some deep breathing, some ujjayi breathing that we've done before. As you breathe in through the nose, out the nose, creating that loud fog-like mirror sensation as you exhale. Breathing in, exhale out. Again, breathing in and out. 2 more breaths here, breathing in and out. 1 more time, breathing in and out. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Watch me first. We're gonna add a new style of pranayama breathing. So with this one, we're gonna use our thumb, we're gonna use our right hand. Our index finger and our middle finger are gonna touch the forehead, kind of the third eye. And then our ring finger is gonna clog up that left nostril. So the thumb's gonna clog the right, the ring finger is gonna clog the left, and we place the 2 fingers, pointer and middle finger, on that third eye. So what the goal here is that you're gonna clog one nostril as you breathe in through the right, and then you're gonna clog the left or the right nostril and exhale out through the left. So the focus is inhalation through one nostril as we exhale out through the other. So we're gonna start by breathing through the right, exhaling through the left, and then we'll switch. And then just notice what comes up with for your body today while you're changing the style of your breathing. So go ahead and place your 2 fingers on your third eye, nose, your right hand, your thumb is placed lightly on that right nostril, and your ring finger is just gently placed next to the left nostril. So we're gonna close up the left, inhale through the right, and then exhale out through the left, clogging that right side. We clog the left, inhale through the right, clog the right, exhale through the left. Again, breathing in through the right, and exhale out through the left. 2 more like that. Breathing in through the right, exhale out through the left. And for 1 more breath on this side, breathing in through the right, and exhale out through the left. Good, we're gonna switch. So now breathing in through the left nostril. We'll close it and breathe out through the right. Breathing in through the left and out the right. 3 more like that. Breathing in through the left and out the right. Breathing in through the left and out the right. 1 more like that. Breathing in, left nostril, and then bringing out through the right. All right, go ahead and relax that arm. And just take a nice deep breath and exhale. Wonderful. So we're gonna start by stretching out the neck a little bit by leaning that right ear to the right shoulder and just holding it there for a few breaths, allowing kind of gravity take over here, feeling the lengthening through the left side. As we take deep breaths here. Good, and then we're gonna gently allow the chin to roll forward, kind of dropping that head just to the center. Again, nice deep breaths here. We're gonna take it to the other side, so left ear to shoulder. Allow the pause here for a deeper stretch. Nice deep breaths. Feeling that stretch to the right side of the neck now. Again now, bringing the head forward, little pause here, and then gently rolling to the other side. Allowing for a little bit of movement, back and forth. Again, just seeing how your body presents for your practice today. Good, and bringing yourself back into a neutral position with your head. We're going to interlace our fingers and we're just going to lift them up nice and high. You can rotate palms up towards the sky as you lock out those elbows, a little bend to the right and breathe. A little bend to the left. Good, and gently bringing yourself to center. We will now transition into tabletop. So unlock your legs and coming onto your hands and knees. We're going to come into our cat-cow. So cat-cow, as we inhale, we extend the back, we look up towards the ceiling, and as we exhale, we tuck the chin into the chest. So beginning, inhale, extending that back, looking up, and as you exhale, you round, tucking the chin into chest. As we inhale, extending, look up. And then as you exhale, you tuck and chin and round. Again, breathing. As you extend and look up. And exhale, round. I think about the more drastic I am with the movements, the more range of motion I'm getting. So you have to be a little bit more dramatic with how you're rounding. A little pause at the top if you'd like. Extend and look up. And thinking about squeezing the glutes, butt cheeks at the top as you round. And as you inhale, extending up. Last one here, exhale. Returning back to neutral. We're gonna shift slightly the weight onto the left so we can inhale, right arm nice and high. We're gonna thread the needle. And as we exhale, bringing that right arm underneath the left arm as we bring our hips back and rest onto that right shoulder. So as we're resting in this right shoulder, you can extend the left arm out in front if you'd like, palm facing up with that right hand. As you're breathing here, a nice deep shoulder stretch. A couple more breaths. Good. And on your next inhale, gently bring that right arm reaching up nice and high. Taking a breath here, and then slowly lowering it down. Other side, so left arm reaches up nice and high, and exhale, swing it through, dropping on that shoulder, sending the hips slightly back, and if you want, you can walk that right arm forward, dropping the head and neck, let it relax on the mats. Left palm is facing up. Good. A few more breaths. And then on your next exhale, slowly return that arm up nice and high and placing it on the mats. We're gonna go ahead and come into downward dog. So tucking the toes, shooting the hips nice and high, settling into your first downward dog. So kind of walking it out, bending one knee, keeping the other leg straight, back and forth. Shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Kind of adding a little movement here. Swaying side to side if that feels good. Seeing how your body feels today. Settling into your downward dog, creating that stillness, so kind of returning to a neutral or to your disposition. We're going to bend the knees, look up at our hands. We're going to step forward with one foot and then the other where your feet meet your hands at the top of the mat. And then here, have your feet not touching, but just a little bit apart so we can relax the head and neck. Grab a hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll and just let the upper body hang heavy. A little sway back and forth if that feels good for you. Nice deep breaths. As we're here and breathing. You can go ahead and release. Let the arms hang heavy and dangle in just one vertebrae at a time. Slowly bring yourself up to a stand. All right, we're gonna go into our sun salutation A. So this should be not new for you guys. This is just part of the warm up and also to create heat. So we're gonna start slow, but then we're gonna pick up the pace. So meet me at the tops of your mat in mountain pose. Remember, nice and tall posture. We're pulling the shoulder blades away from the ears. Arms by the side with our fingertips spread apart, toes and heels together. Inhale, we're gonna bring the arms up. And as we exhale, we're swan diving down into forward fold, releasing that head and neck. As you inhale, we're coming up into halfway lift, gazing at a 45-degree out in front of us, pulling the shoulder blades away from the ears. And as you exhale, round. We're gonna bend the knees a lot, and that way you can step it one leg and then the other coming into your plank. As we're here in plank, pressing through the heels, squeeze those quads so you lock out the knees. As we exhale, we're gonna fight gravity coming down into chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale into cobra. Elbows stay tucked as you're pressing through your palms, and you're tucking your toes, and you inhale into your downward dog. Settle into your downward dog by bringing your feet slightly a couple steps forward, hips nice and high, head through. 2 breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale out. 1 more breath. And exhale. Bend the knees, look up at your hands. Step it or hop it forward, bringing yourself to the tops of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, reverse swan all the way up. And as we exhale, back down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it or hop it back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Elbows stay tucked in. And then tuck the toes to exhale, downward dog. Remember, give yourself a couple of steps forward. Keeps the hips nice and high. I see a lot of people back here. They're trying to do in their downward dog and their feet are super far away from them. So walk those feet a little forward. That way they can stay up high. 2 breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale out. Once again, breath in and exhale. Bend the knees, look up at your hands. Big step forward, bring yourself to the tops of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, round. Arms by the side. Inhale all the way up. Moving a little bit faster now. And exhale, round, forward fold. As we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it or hop it. Bring yourself to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Just one breath here. Bend the knees, look up at your hands, step or hop it forward back to the tops of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round. Inhale all the way up, reverse swan. And as we exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step it or hop it, bring yourself to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Just a breath here. Bend the knees, look up at your hands. Step it or hop it, bring yourself to the tops of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round. Arms by the side. Inhale all the way up. Last one with our flow. As far as sun salutation, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it or hop it, bring yourself to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. One breath. Bend the knees, look up at the hands, step or hop it, bring yourself to the top, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round. Arms by the side, inhale all the way up. Returning to your hands at heart center, prayer position. Wonderful. All right, we're moving on to our standing sequence. We're gonna start with warrior one. So we're gonna start with that right foot back, left foot forward. Quarter of a turn with that back foot. Bend the front knee. Inhale the arms up. So warrior one is a position we've done many times before. So remember, we're thinking about pushing that right hip forward, reaching up nice and tall, knee on top of the ankle. So we're here for a few breaths. So as you're settling in, focus on your pose, check on your alignment, make sure everything is in the right place as we're here and breathing. Nice deep breaths. Make sure that right leg is locked out straight. Great. Bringing your hands always, if you need to modify, you can always bring your hands to that prayer position. We're gonna bring our arms and interlace them behind us. We're gonna add a little shoulder stretch and a forward fold here. So we're gonna take a breath, and as you exhale, lower the upper body down. We're thinking left shoulder to knee as best as you can as you come down. And then you're gonna bring the arms up and away from the body. Gazing behind you, keeping those eyes open for balance, and gripping down with all 10 toes. Weight is slightly shifted towards that front foot as I keep the arms nice and high. Couple more breaths here. Good, and then on your next inhale, slowly release, bringing your hands and feet together at the top. We're gonna switch sides, take that right foot or left foot, place it back, quarter of a turn. So right foot now is in front, warrior one. So we're thinking about pushing that pelvis left side forward so we can square our hips. Knee is on top of that ankle, backed left toes are a quarter of a turn, facing the side angle as I'm here, actively reaching with my arms, palms kind of facing together, biceps to ears. Nice deep breaths. We're now going to bring that hand behind the low back and interlace the fingers. Now shoulder to knee on your inhale, and as you exhale, bring yourself down, and then gaze behind you. Arms are up nice and high, pulling away from the body. Deep stretch here as you breathe. And think about locking out that left leg, squeeze that quad. And then on your next inhale, Bring the arms down, gently bring yourself up, bringing your hands and feet together at the top. Moving on to our triangle, starting with that left side. So taking that right foot, bringing it back, quarter of a turn with the back leg. So same position as warrior one, triangle is the same one. We're gonna extend those arms out, creating a T. Take a breath, push the hips back, bring that arm down. So if our left foot is in front, we're placing that left hand next to the foot as you're reaching up high, gazing at the foot to start, and then twisting, looking up towards the hand. Also remember, you have the ability to use a block here if you need assistance or grabbing hold of your shin or ankles. If you're able to challenge yourself, you're not allowing the hand to come all the way down, you're just letting it lightly touch. And as I'm twisting, I'm looking up towards my right arm. Keeping it here for 2 more breaths. Good. Staying in this position, we're gonna add a revolving twist, so just the upper body. Taking the right arm, placing it towards the outer part of that left foot, down, and reach up high with the left arm. Twisting and reaching. Remember, if you have that flexibility, you're just holding that hand on the outer part of the foot. I'm using a block today. You need a little assistance, so you can follow me or use a water bottle as well. Adding the revolving twist can always add a little deeper sensation through the hips and spine, so be gentle to yourself. Nice deep breaths. Gazing up at the hand if you can. Good. Always returning your gaze back at the foot first. Raise the arms up and bring your hands and feet together at the top. Switching side. So now right foot's front, left foot quarter of a turn. Arms are out into a T, straight with the legs. We take a breath, push the hips back, right arm comes down. Again, placing that right hand right next to the right foot, starting my gaze at the foot first, and then as I'm ready, twisting and looking up towards the left hand, locking out the knees by squeezing the quads as we're here and breathing. Good. A few more breaths here. Gazing back down at your right foot, we're going to take that left hand and we're going to place it towards the outer part of that right foot as we're twisting now and reaching up high with the right. So being nice and gentle, use those blocks. You can place that hand right next to the foot. Very good. And then as we're here, the goal is to twist and look up towards the right hand. Keeping the feet exactly where they are. No movement there. Deep breaths. Returning your gaze back down to that foot. Arms come up, standing, bringing your arms and feet together at the top. All right, moving on to warrior two, reverse warrior with extended side angle. So taking that right foot, bringing it back nice and further wide, wider than you did for warrior one and triangle. We're coming into warrior two. So we take a breath, hips are open, and as we exhale, get nice and low. So get down in that nice deep lunge. Left knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. Arms are out, reaching on both ends, fingertips together, gazing forward. Back foot perpendicular, heels are creating that straight line. Nice tall posture with the torso. Good. We're gonna reach slightly forward, flip the left palm up, and as we exhale, coming into our reverse warrior, our palms facing us, facing towards the back, taking that right arm and resting it on the knee if you like, or leg, or placing it, wrapping it behind the low back. I'll leave either option for you to choose. As we're here, a little bend of the arm, fingertips together. And then as we exhale, coming into that extended side angle. So either dropping that left arm on the thigh as you reach across, placing that block down as you reach, or placing the hand right next to the foot and reach out. So either one, whatever works good for you, keeping the hips down as you reach across. Actively reaching, remember this one, it's not like we're here, we're really reaching towards something that's in front of us. Palms are down, fingertips together. Keeping that chest up as we breathe. Good. On your next inhale, slowly unwind and then bring the feet and hands together at the top. Taking it to our other side. So sending that left foot back, right legs forward, creating that straight line with the heels. That's always the first thing I check. Perpendicular with that back leg. Reaching out with the arms, fingertips together. And then as I exhale, getting nice and low. Thinking about knee on top of ankle as I'm reaching both forward and back, chest up, holding it here, squeezing the thigh muscles to lock out that left leg. As I work here, breathe. It's all about calming the mind with your breath. Nice deep breathing. We're gonna lean a little forward, flip that right palm up so we can come into our reverse warrior. Looking up at our palm, placing that left arm on top of the leg, wrapping it behind the low back. A little back bend here as we're breathing. Good. Exhale, coming down for extended side angle. So placing that right arm onto thigh if you want as you reach, or placing it onto the inner part of that arm, that foot down as we reach. Actively reach with that left arm. Deep breaths. Keeping that chest up. Good. And then inhale to rise and step the foot and hand, bring the hands together at the top. All right, we're going back to taking that right foot, bringing it back the same distance that we did for triangle, and then turn the toes towards the right side of your mats. So we are moving into our wide straddle. So for this one, we're gonna start by placing our hands at our waist, slowly descend down, and then we're gonna hook our two fingers to our big toes. A little familiar from what we did before. So take a breath. Exhale, gently bring yourself down. Remember, you can always use a block to place as a marker. If you want to think about crown of the head meeting down, grabbing hold of your big toes with your two fingers, and then using that upper body to pull your arms to pull the upper body down. Feeling a deep stretch through the back of the legs as we're here and breathing. Gazing behind us, allowing yourself to get a little deeper into the stretch with your breath. Good, and go ahead and release. We're gonna stay here, a little increase of the chest. We're gonna take that right arm, reach towards the left foot, and we're gonna add that twist with our body as we reach up nice and high. So now I'm twisting, looking towards the left side. The right hand is holding on to left foot, reaching up with the left arm. Nice deep breaths here. Wonderful. And then gently bring it down and walk it over to the other side, reaching with the left arm to right foot and reach up nice and high with the right arm. Good. And breathe. Gently bring the arm down, placing the hands back at the waist. Inhale to rise. All right, next one is the shoulder stretch one. So interlacing, find the hands behind you, take a breath in, and as you exhale, slowly bring yourself down. Thinking about crown of that head meeting onto the mat, and then allow for the arms to pull away from the body. We're keeping those legs straight, locking out those knees as we allow for the arms to pull away from the body, creating a deeper sensation through the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. And finding that distance that works for you. No pain here. Gently return the arms back to the body. Flat the back and inhale to rise, bringing your feet together at the tops of the mats. All right, moving into our forward fold. So hands and feet are together. Go ahead and bring your feet about hip width apart, so a little bit apart. Take a breath. And as you exhale, we round. We're gonna bend the knees so we can hook our our toes to our two fingers as we drop the head and neck and hang heavy. And that second option too, so you can stay here, or if you want, you can step onto your hands with palms facing up. Backs of the hands are on the mats. So one or the other, I'll let you decide which of the two you want to settle in with today, allowing yourself into that deeper forward fold stretch. Goal is to bring those legs straight and pull the body towards the legs. All right, wherever you are, go ahead and release. Bend the knees so we can step it back into plank. And then we're chaturanga, gently lower down. All right, remember guys, with this practice, we don't have a set water breaks. At any point, feel free to grab that sip of water. Cobra. So for Cobra, we've done this many times, placing the hands right underneath the armpits. We're gonna bring those feet together. Inhale to rise. So the goal here is working through the arms, not letting the shoulders come up, pulling them down and back, pressing through the palms as I bring that chest up. Elbows slightly bent as I'm here and breathing. Wonderful. On your inhale, slowly come down. Bringing your hands slightly in front of you, kind of on the forearms. And then we're gonna lift up. Chest is lifted. It may not seem a lot, but the goal is to kind of push the hips forward as I rest on the forearms. I'm not just here, I'm really pulling my chest up and back. I feel it in the middle of my back as the lower body rests, and also through the arms, lifting the chest up. Couple more breaths here. Go ahead and just gently release, placing that right ear onto the mat, and let the arms rest by the side. Relax. Lotus pose. So next one, we're gonna bring our arms out to the side, toes and feet together. On your inhale, slowly come up. So arms are lifted, gazing forward, Thinking about lifting those legs up nice and high. We're working through all the back muscles here. As we're lifting, chest is lifting. Hold here and breathe. Couple more breaths. And then exhale, gently lower. Placing the opposite now, left ear. Let the arms relax by the side. Next is bow pose. So for bow pose, we're going to bend the knees so we can grab hold on the outer part of our feet. So I'm grabbing hold on the outside where my ankles are. Taking a breath, and as I inhale, slowly lifting that chest up and kicking the legs up and out. So I'm kicking into my hands as the legs are coming up, and then chest is lifted. Ooh. Keeping it there, doing what you can. And then we're gonna exhale, release, and drop the elbow onto the mat. Ear onto the mat. Using your hands to help lift you up, we're going to come into child's pose, so bringing the knees in, pushing the hips back as we walk the arms out, dropping that forehead onto the mat. Relaxing the upper body here, let everything just melt away, resting on your thighs, thinking about forehead resting on the mat. Nice deep breaths, recentering the mind with that intentional breath, bringing that focus back. While we stay here, we're going to just bring our arms behind us, kind of reaching towards your feet, if you can grab hold of them. Still here in child's pose. Relaxing the arms, so letting them just roll out to the side as you're touching the bottoms of your feet, maybe giving yourself a little rub, some love there. Slowly come on up, and now we're gonna flip over and have a seat. Forward fold. So seated forward fold, legs out straight. Inhale, arms come up, and as we exhale, reaching for those toes, dropping the head and neck. Let it hang heavy. Remember, if you can't reach your toes, that's totally fine. Reaching either your shin or ankles, the goal here is to just have some anchoring. That way you can bring the upper body down. The goal also is for you to be at a different distance than when you started. So I may start here, but as I continue to focus on my breath, I inch by inch get a little bit further into my stretch. Deep breaths here. And one more breath. All right, we're coming up so we can come into our seated twist. So we're gonna start with that right leg, cross it over the left, taking that right arm, placing it behind you. Left arm comes up and over, pushing towards that right knee as we're twisting and looking over that right shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. And lengthening the spine as we're twisting, looking over that right shoulder. Like think about breathing through the nose and out the mouth. Go ahead and release. We'll take it to the other side. So now crossing that left leg over the right leg, taking that left arm, placing it behind us as a kickstand, taking that right and over the left knee as you're twisting and looking over the left shoulder. Get nice deep breaths. Twisting and looking over that shoulder, lengthening through the spine. Wonderful, and then slowly release there. All right, coming into either your reverse table. So remember, with reverse table, knees are going to be bent, fingertips pointed forward, pressing with the palms as you bridge and keep the hips nice and high. If you're joining me into full reverse plank, your legs are straight. So lifting, keeping the hips up, fingertips pointed in, dropping the head and neck as I'm pushing down on the heels. Good, and hold. Keep it there. And one more breath. Gently bring yourself down. Very nice. Okay. Coming into our boat pose. So remember, guys, this is the one where knees are bent, holding here or straight. So, or, if you need to back off and deep down here, totally fine. So find that place for boat. And we're holding, bracing with the abs. Nice deep breaths. And if you are, wherever you are, I want you to gently fight gravity as you slowly bring yourself down. All right, very good. All right, we're coming into our bridge. So bridge, remember, knees are bent. You either can cartwheel it or basic bridge, arms are here. I'm gonna just add the bind and tuck the shoulders for today. Pressing through the heels, bring the hips up. So join me in bridge. And as you hold here, we're thinking squeezing those glutes, pressing the hips towards the sky. Nice deep breaths. I'm thinking about squeezing through those glutes, fighting gravity for a few more breaths here. Good, and then wherever you are, gently bring yourself down, bringing the knees into the chest. A little rock, side to side. All right, we're adding that back bend with the legs going behind us. So I like to do a little rock and back so I can bring my hips up to start getting that momentum, placing them there, bringing the legs straight up, like in the handstand. And then as you're ready, goal is to slowly bring those legs behind you. Deep breaths. Nice and gently finding that spot and breathing through it. And then as we slowly come back up, extend those arms in front That way you can fight gravity, slowly bringing your chest or your spine down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to work a little bit of our core here. So legs are straight. I'm slowly lowering, fighting gravity, fight, 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 till I can't no longer, and release. Wonderful. We're gonna sway back and forth for fish. So this one, we're placing our hands underneath our glutes, so sitting on our hands. Palms are facing down with our fingertips spread apart. Elbows are tucked in. We take a breath, and as you inhale, bring that chest up, pushing down with the elbows, gazing behind you as we're resting the crown of the head onto the mats. Breathing here. Deep breaths, legs together, squeezing through the quads, so still working with the legs even though the arms are doing the majority of the work by bringing the chest up nice and high. Good, and on your exhale, slowly release. Releasing the hands and bringing the knees into chest. A little rock side to side. We're going to extend those arms out to a T, knees are bent, and we're just going to windshield wiper, kind of side to side, kind of seeing how the body is feeling, how the legs are feeling. Just a little side to side with the movement here. Good. As you're breathing, go ahead and bring your feet up into like a L, and we're going to start by gently bringing them down to the right side. Twisting that head, looking towards the left, over the left shoulder. You can place that right arm onto the knees to make sure good placement, and just to hold there. And breathe. Wonderful. Go ahead and inhale to bring yourself back up to neutral, back to center. And as we exhale, rolling towards the opposite side. So now dropping the legs towards the left side, twisting the head, looking towards the right, over the right shoulder. And you can place that left hand onto the legs to hold it there. Slowly bring those legs back to center, and we're going to extend them out for our final Savasana. Arms are by the side, and as we lay here, rethinking, recentering your focus on your breath, allowing for that tension to release on the forehead, and as well as the jaw, letting the tongue touch the tip of your mouth. Letting the shoulders relax, no longer tense, letting them melt onto the mats. The back of your hands are resting down, so allowing for the fingertips to curl in naturally. Feeling it through the hips, down the legs, allowing the feet to roll out to the side. Again, refocusing on your breath as it enters the body. And as you exhale and let it all go, as we lay here in stillness. As we slowly start to awaken, start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Roll to one side, creating that pillow with the arm underneath. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, gently press yourself up into a seated position, and we finish with Namaste. All right, great job, everyone. Welcome to that first week, and I'll see you guys all for day 2 in the next video.